जयकार हो।
दादा भगवान ना असीम जय 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 जयकार।
दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 जय सच्चिदानंद जय
जय
सच्चिदानंद
सच्चिदानंद जय
सच्चिदानंद
सच्चिदानंद
ललिता बेन जय सच्चिदानंद भाई जय सच्चिदानंद।
Pulitanji, can you do three mantra, please?
हाँ। नमो वितरागाय।
नमो वित्रागाय।
नमो अरिहंताणम।
नमो अरिहंताणम।
नमो सिद्धाणम।
नमो सिद्धाणम।
नमो आयरियाणम।
Namo
Namo Ayuriyanam.
Namo Vasayanam.
Namo
Vajjaya.
Uvasayanam.
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam.
Namo
Namo
Loke Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchana Mukkaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Sauvabhava Panasano.
Savabhava Pranasano.
Manglanancha Sabvesim.
Mangalanancha Savesam.
Bhadamam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yeah. Okay, Jai Satchidanand Atma. Anybody wants to share their experience, separations, samadhi, calm, amicable settlement?
I'd like to.
Oh, go ahead.
Jai Satchidanand, Pulinanandji and Deepakanandji. Jai Satchidanand Mahatmas. What I wanted to share was initially when I started this separation process of relative, real, and Shuddhatma, it was so hit or miss. Just wasn't there consistently, even for the 1 hour that I was walking or outside. But with effort and practice, it did pay off, and I was able to consistently do that. And I just wanted to share that with Mahatmas just in case they feel like it's not working. It does work. It does pay off, and now it's more sahaj. So that's what I wanted to share.
Pretty good. Pulinanandji?
No, that is true. That is true. It comes with practice.
Yes.
It comes with consistent practice, and we do experience that. We do experience the separation that in your case, maybe the person who is walking and I'm separate, or I'm the observer of the walker. And it will come with practice. The separation will come with practice. Then that is extended to other activities also.
Yes.
And my experience is that it comes easily in solo activities when we are doing individual. There is no personal interaction with anybody. You're walking, cooking, or say eating, or bathing, or reading paper and things like that. Then it also comes while cooking and things, stuff like that. Then it will come with human interaction gradually. And
Yes.
then
Now that is more hit or miss, like I start out with good intentions and start out the day with that, but then during the end of the day, when it's recap time, I've missed a lot of gaps. So I'm still working on it.
no, that will happen. That will happen. And this is the way forward. This is exactly the way forward. And perhaps one other thing that could help in interaction with people is if you're able to put, that see Shuddhatma, or say this is the file has come, then that separation portion will help. Essentially, we are bringing in the right understanding during the activities. So, even if we say this is the file or something, essentially we are landing into Vitrag space. We ourselves are abstaining from good or bad judgment of the file. It may be an entity, it may be a person, it may be some event also. So the moment we say file, we detach from the good or bad feeling or opinions attached with that. Moment we say it's file, So automatically we become Vitrag, the Rag-Dvesh component diminishes. So even minus the Rag-Dvesh component itself is a very close to separation. You're not attached, you see. And that's how it will go, because we have brought a lot of activities and everything. So those are going to play out. Only thing is, as and when we are able to diminish the associated rag-dvesh, like dislike, with that, then that awareness or Jagruti that this is separate and I am separate will remain. So as a first step, file, and then as a second step, the separation will come. So this is the way forward. So what you're doing is right. See, all this I'm just showing the roadmap, but essentially it will come into experience by way of practice.
Yes.
So
It's like, I would say I'm in the, early steps of the ladder. So it's not that.
This is the way it is. This is the way it is. It will be. So it's right. It's absolutely right. So
I
just
have a request. Recently they sent on the global Satsang group these Purushats that Dr. Shailesh Anandji had published in the editorial page in Akram Vignan. There were like 9 such sections. I was just wondering for your English-speaking Mahatmas, if that Gotavni, I call it checklist, could be made, instead of, so that everybody could benefit from that. It's in Gujarati and it takes a lot for me to read and try to translate, and I was just wondering. Rajni Bhai, do you have that? I don't know if you can pull it up. It was on the forwards.
Yeah, I don't have it here, but yeah, I know we've been posting it on. Yeah,
it's been over 3 months or something. I actually saved it and made copies of it, but I was just wondering for especially for Rani and Ram, if I could share that with them in a concise form. He's given it in a lot of detail.
Well,
just a thought.
Yeah, no, that's true. He himself does a lot of translations, and he was editor for that English Akram also. So, but in case he has it done by himself, we could ask him.
Yeah,
or
do that.
He could do it best because he has written the Gujarati one. What do you say?
Yeah.
And Deepakanand, what do you say?
No, I haven't seen it. Sorry, very sorry.
In a sense, you
digital
see,
copies are not coming. It's very difficult to track with that.
Yeah.
I think.
When has it come? Where has it come, please?
Where has it come?
Yeah.
I mean, it is coming, the daily forwards that we get. Over what 3-4 months it has come.
We were posting, Kamlesh Anandji used to send it to us, and we are posting it in our JSA Global.
Can you share that?
Lalitabhen, if you have those copies, can you just send it to Deepakanand?
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, please send it. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's nice. It's helpful, he starts out doing the same thing that we've been talking about, but I was just wanting it like in this group, non-Gujarati speaking people would benefit, I'll send it to you, Deepakanand.
Yeah, please.
And in case you are sending it, just copy to me also.
Oh, I will do that. No problem.
Because I had seen once, I have not seen all this, but since you have got all them together.
I've sent I mean, that has come is like nine of those, and
Right.
it's over.
Correct.
This is like in 2000 something 8 or something that they were published over a period of time. A
Oh.
lot of it is fiction, but
You send it down, that's fine. We'll see. Huh?
okay, all right.
Do you want to comment on our experience?
Yeah. See, the immediate benchmark of our separation and separated state of experience is that first and foremost, I start seeing that is body self, Deepakanand's activity.
Mm-hmm.
And from his process to the subtlest, gradually I start seeing, and the indication of whether I'm seeing it precisely, I will come across all the small little mistakes what are committed by the body self. Because body self is mind, body, speech, mind, then reflective consciousness, intellect, reflective consciousness, and ego, the discharge ego. Gradually, I'm able to see these mistakes at different levels, and I'm able to do Pratikraman. And that is the immediate, I'll say, effect of that. And that's what I'm really enjoying and cherishing Dada's presence that way, that Dada is working within me, and slowly and gradually I'm able to see my mistakes, and that's how it keeps my life and me very peaceful. Secondly, the second benchmark immediate is whatever I come across with others, I see them innocent as part of natural order of Vyavasthit only, and if that affects me or does any effect on me, then I come to know and I understand this is my connectivity. So I should better consider that and accept that as nimit, and very nicely I'm able to do Pratikraman. That I'm not supposed to see anybody at fault because nobody's at fault. And Dada said he has seen, and he has seen the world absolutely innocent because nobody is doer. It just happens. In this happening world, how can we uh, impose or see someone doing? And when that happens, it really upsets me first because it's a feeling of disgust, disappointment, and setback comes. Why? Why? But that's really interesting. It helps me understand my mistake and correct my mistake. And that's how I was just wondering that what are my problems basically. Although we say we are in this science, we have acquired this knowledge, this vision 30, 40 years back, but then it must have some solid and what is the positive effect on us with right understanding. So these two things are wonderful, and gradually we see and understand Dada science as how this relative is working. How this relative is working through the natural order of Vyavasthit Shakti, how evidences, instrumental presence come together due to some stray cause, because that cause is mere only a nimit, only an instrumental cause, I will say. And it's like, say, there is a party and a birthday party, and you are getting together, and then you come across people whom you really had bad feelings or something really strong feelings you have. Then that's how the cause was the party, but our accounts, karmic account gets settled. And those opportunities we get, and I enjoyed correcting myself. And also one more thing, that this connectivity part gradually extends to intense Pratikraman, forgiveness, and resolution that no matter what, I cannot do this. And this is how it corrects my relative part as
Mhm.
my relative viewpoint and pure soul.
Mhm.
So, I mean, this benchmark is very important, and that's how it helps me progress, understand, and start living Dada. Because we have been talking Dada a lot. Any Mahatma, any senior Mahatma, or any Aptaputra, yes, I don't blame them, but we are talking Dada. Now, when we start living Dada, then that experience of oneness definitely comes, and you start accepting the other person as he or she is without any ifs and buts. Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, Sachidanand. I remember one occasion when Dr. Radhe was talking to Dada and he said, "Oh, you have a poor opinion of me, Dada, because I didn't keep my promise." And Dada was so quick to tell him, once you come to me, I never change my opinion about you. It was just so categorically that he told him that. Made a very deep impact. So yes, Dada never changed his opinion about you once he met you. Whatever totally you came with, it didn't affect him.
Also, one more thing, he never had any negative opinion about anyone.
That's correct.
That was the best part. That he continued having the same opinion, but that primary opinion itself was like absolutely innocent. That the person is not at fault at all.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, I mean, I understand that, when we are entangled in a file, and there is a karmic discharge, that time
Mm-hmm.
that separateness need not be experienced as I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul. No. The very fact that I am in Agna, I am following Agna, and I am uh, handling and settling my file, my relation in an amicable way itself means it is an indication of my separateness.
Mm-hmm.
So another indication of my separation while I am in any situation, very tricky situation at times, then because my full focus is on amicable settlement only, and then when I am into it, then that separateness is being operation. It is operational, I will say. It may not be experienced right away, but when we are in Agna, we are in that separated state of experience. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Shubha?
Yes, Jai Satchidanand, everyone. Jai Satchidanand Rajniti, Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji Deepakanandji. Yes, I want to share something very nice regarding this Vyavasthit Shakti. It's in Gujarati, but you can translate. It's only one line. Yes, please. Can I share?
Yeah.
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 Then I will tell one experience also.
Okay.
This came in Nattu 53, page 8. It says, વ્યવહારથી આત્મા કરતા છે અને નિશ્ચયથી આત્મા અકર્તા છે અને વ્યવહારથી પૂતગલ અકર્તા છે અને નિશ્ચયથી અકર્તા છે. So I've heard one audio also where Dadaji is explaining that even though I am Gyani Purush, I cannot, in the Vyavhar, I cannot say that I am not at fault. So otherwise, I cannot say I am Gyani Purush and all. He said that is madness, So that is what he explained, that real Karta is Atma, but he cannot say in Vyavhar that, that I am not at fault and all like that. So this is very good, which I found, that I think it is very good for more understanding of Vyavasthit Shakti. Yes, please elaborate on this.
Deepakanandji, can you translate first?
Yeah. So by It's not relative viewpoint actually. Relatively, soul is doer. And really, soul is not doer. I will say, okay, and relatively, Pudgal, so body self is doing, body self is not doing, is not doer, and really, body self is doer. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Now elaborate on this.
So
Yeah,
this
elaborate.
is one. You want an explanation on that?
Yeah, elaborate on
Yeah.
that. So
See,
important.
when we say, because Vyavahati means relatively soul is doer, because that soul aspect is by virtue of bodhisattva as I am. And truly means in principle, pure soul is non-doer. We know that. Because I is mistaken as I am Deepakanand. Okay, this is the first line clarification. The second is by relatively Pudgal is a karta. In fact, there is a further clarification given that by relatively also Pudgal is karta, and by really also Pudgal is only karta. That is doer. This is further what Dada has said. In principle, we have to look, for that evidence. What I mean, Dada's backup on this. But why Pudgal, that is body self, is considered a karta? Because it is dependent on so many other factors. It's not the sole doer. And truly, it is only body self which is doing it. I hope this clarifies.
Right.
Jai Satchidanand.
Pulinanandji, you want to elaborate?
No, it's covered up. It's covered up. I'll only just put it in a slightly this thing. You see, basically, this is a clash of definition of doership between the Kramic Marg and the Akram Marg. See, in Kramic, they say Atma is the doer, because the word Atma is used for Vyavahar Atma, or what one believes oneself to be, that I am the name bearer. So I am the doer that way. And Dada Bhagwan said, really speaking, Atma is the pure self or the Shuddha Atma. So that pure self is the non-doer. He cannot do the physical activity. It only is the Gnan Kriya, Darshan Kriya. So that's this thing. Now with that background, Dada Bhagwan made this statement that when people say that Atma is the Karta or our soul is the doer, they mean the Vyavahar Atma, the what I believe myself to be in Vyavahar, that is the name bearer. So that way, Vyavaharti, relatively Atma is the doer, because relative viewpoint say I'm the name, relatively I feel I am the body self. But really speaking, Atma is the not doer, as defined by Dada Bhagwan. Atma, the pure soul, is the not doer. Atma, the believed Atma, is the doer. So this is the difference between which Atma we are talking of. If you are talking of pure soul, so that's Nishchaiti, really speaking, is the non-doer. But from the relative viewpoint, is the doer. Then this is the Atma aspect. Then in the second half of the sentence comes the Pudgal aspect or the body self aspect. So in the body self aspect, what they say is that really speaking, Vyavahar Pudgala, really speaking, the body self is not the doer, because it's a charged composite. So what has been charged is just listing out. So really speaking, Pudgal is not the doer. But when we go in Vyavahar, you cannot say I'm not the doer. Yeah, So from the relative viewpoint, yes, I have done it. So that is how they say. Yeah. વ્યવહારથી પૂતગલ કરતા છે અને નિશ્ચયથી કરતા છે.
In Vyavhar, we have to take the responsibility. Yeah. We cannot say Pudgal is the Karta.
Yeah. Vyavhar, you cannot say Pudgal is this thing.
Got it. And regarding this, Rajni, can I tell about one experience?
एक मिनट.
Okay.
Yeah, व्यवहारથી આત્મા કરતા. Yeah, ठीक છે. Fine.
Yeah, go ahead, Kashmir.
Okay. Yeah. So it is very good what is happening, this online satsang, I would say, and thanks to Rajni team, Mahatmas, Aptaputra, they are we are slowly progressing. At least I am, for myself, I can say slowly progressing, understanding the things. And regarding the settlement, the files are there, their challenges are there. So we don't know how they settle, but the immediate focus, what I try is, not amicable. Yes, it is there in there, but also the equanimous part, what I feel that Rag Dwesh, so Abhav Tiraskar, that should not be there, that is my first focus. So because amicable also is there, but what I feel is that it may not, or may happen immediately, it may happen in the future, but so it may take time. So before I used to feel that maybe I don't know what will happen, so but suddenly from few years things starting changing, because only one thing was there. I have to settle it. This thing what is came, will be past, that it is not permanent. This thing I understood this much. So suddenly things started changing, everything started coming online. So that helped me a lot. So to settle these files, and I was able to understand paths, and with the help of Mahatmas and Aputras. So now I'm trying to understand more things. So like that, this equanimous part, I feel, this is what I understand. And one more thing, that, this, please don't mind that this Pratikraman, I was facing difficulty doing Pratikraman before. So, like you say, that if you are not able to do Pratikraman, then do Pratikraman of Pratikraman. But the question here arises, then how much Pratikraman you have to do? It is going endlessly. So for myself, I cannot say for everyone, but for myself, I found that, that the reason for I am not was able to do Pratikraman, because I felt that some energy is missing, Okay. So then whenever I started listening Dadaji, then I immediately get the energy, and then I could do the Pratikraman, and I could follow Aputras, So that's how it is working for me. So this I want to tell Max.
Okay. It is a good point, Equanimous. Maybe Pulinanandji, you to expand a little bit on that, because there's a lot of connotation on Equanimous.
Equanimous, I think we
innocent, non-innocent, and all that.
Equanimous means sambhav, na? Sambhav. Right? So we use the word equanimous for sambhavini. Yeah, nikaya, sambhavini. Yeah. So equanimous is the crux. You see, normally people have a feeling, chalo, this is my responsibility, my activity, as a family member, my responsibility, father, husband, whatever, or that I have to do my job or whatever activities. So people initially they have lot of likes, dislikes, in case they are favorable or unfavorable. And then gradually, this is in the Agnan state, ignorance state. And then they somehow balance it out over the period of years. That never mind, chalo, this is our karmic hisab, we have to settle it and take care of it and things like that. So that is in a way done with some amount of intellect, some amount grudgingly and things like that. Now, what happens with Dada's Gnan, we come to know that what is it in reality. In reality, this is the playing out of discharge karmas. And since it is the playing out of discharge karmas, I'm not responsible for it now. It was charged in ignorance state in the previous birth. Now it's playing out physically. So I have to only square up the accounts. Essentially, first, in the ignorance state, one had the belief that there is happiness in the worldly happiness. Relative happiness was the true happiness. Now he gets real happiness. That true happiness is in the pure soul. True happiness is there. And I am separate from the body, and now I want to be liberated from this mind, body, speech once and for all. So once that sets in, he decides to clear up all the karmic accounts. And once decides to settle all the karmic accounts, then this concept of equanimous comes in. Whatever is happening with me, good, bad, like, dislike, it's just discharge of file number 1, and just clear it out. But while clearing, it is very necessary that nothing sticks to me. Nothing sticks to me. And for nothing sticks to me means whether like or dislike, attachment or abhorrence. Nothing sticks to me. So, to ensure that nothing sticks to me while discharging out, Dada Bhagwan has given this word, equanimous settlement. Equanimous settlement. A very, very powerful word, I tell you. Phailono sambhave nikal. That samabhav, the equanimous, is a very powerful word given by that. In fact, all the three words are very powerful. The word file, tell everything as file. So automatically you come in the pure soul, because everything other than Shuddhatma is file. The broadest definition of file, And the smaller preliminary definition is that you are file number 1, spouse is file number 2, as we go along with our near and dear ones. So, file is a very powerful thing. It immediately removes it. This word helps us in being equanimous. Equanimous means no attachment, no abhorrence. And the moment I say file, so even if I have a liking for it and I say file, the liking will diminish. Even I have a dislike for this thing and I say this is a file, it will diminish. So just using the word file automatically diminishes to a large extent the attachment abhorrence that we have associated with the file. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be anything. And now, having said as file, it says, chalo, oh, something has come to me, I have to clear it out. But how to clear it out? With equanimous. Then the second portion of clearing out, file no sambhave nikal, sambhavet part, the equanimous part. So then this equanimous part props in. I don't like this person and I have to just use a file and to clear it off. So I wishy-washy clearing out, just being goody-goody and clearing out. Right, on the face, I'm goody-goody, talk nicely, but within me, I'm holding a grudge. Is that the way? No. Now, how do I balance that? Because that is what I'm used to. The mind-body speech is used to dealing with uncomfortable people or uncomfortable situations like that. Just on the face value or on the face say something nice, but inside have dislike. Dislike is held within, there's a grudge with it. So here, the word sambhav or equanimous plays a very important part. The moment one says, Dada, give me the strength to equanimously clear this file. So equanimous means I, by way of Purusharth, consciously decide. I, by way of Purusharth, consciously decide that I want to equanimously settle means I am neither in favor of abhorrence, neither in favor of attachment. I'm not neither in the rag, neither in the dwesh. With equanimity, with total balance, I want to clear off this file. So it's also a very important word, equanimous settlement of files. Equanimous settlement. So the moment you say equanimity, so the discharge is non-equanimous. Remember one thing very clear. All the discharge, right from morning to night, day in and day out, we have so many things where the discharge, oh, this is nice, this is bad, food was good, the weather was nice, what cool breeze, oh, I felt very hot, this man was wonky, he never comes in time, oh, the bath water was very good. A jar things if you see, that that is there in the background, because that is the way it was charged. So there's nothing wrong in that. Now Dada says, just remain equanimous. Hot water, comfortable bath, equanimous. Good weather, enjoyed the breeze, equanimous. So all the five senses, all the body, all the intellect, all activities, the moment you say equanimous, the moment we say sambhav, what happens is we withdraw from the like and dislike automatically. Like dislike plays out in the mind or in the intellect. But I say economics. So I, the interim I, the antaratma I, withdraws from the discharge. And then he's with that state, with the equanimous state, he's now doing nikal, amicable settlement. So settlement, just not settlement, but equanimous settlement. Only then will the file be cleared without anything sticking back with us. Because the parmanus which are playing out, discharge parmanus, those have come with a coating, of raga or dvesh. So when they will give their effect, but I withdraw and put sambhava. So the effect comes and goes, but I am neither in favor of abhorrence, neither in favor of attachment. And that's how this equanimous word helps us, to remain anchored in the neutral state, if I may say so. We are neutral toward the happenings, whether the happenings are to our liking or whether the happenings are not to our liking. Yeah. So this helps us to remain in the neutral state, and the files are clear with, of course, the Gnan, the Jagruti, separation, whatever. This is the very important, the word file, the sambhava, and nikal. Nikal, of course, amicable settlement in the sense. Nikal really means is no claim is pending. No claim is pending from the file. So that is an amicable settlement.
So the claim part, it may take some time
No, I'm coming to that. Yeah. This is our intention. But you see, the claim will take time because claim depends on what is the hisab account that we have brought with the other person. If it's a sticky account, then it may take time. But my intention is to do the settlement.
Yeah, equanimity, it can happen immediately.
One minute.
Yeah.
My intention is to do the settlement. My intention is to do the settlement. Settlement Vyavasthit will do because that karmic account has to get cleared out. So depending on the stickiness of the account, it might take time. You're right. It might take time. But I'm doing the intention setting over here that I want to clear sambhava nikal, nothing pending, amicable settlement. And it will happen so. It will so happen because I'm totally withdrawn. So nature or Vyavasthit will do the settlement. It can take time. You're right. It will take time. 80-90% small frivolous things happens right away. With sticky files, it will take time, but it will happen. You're right. Yes.
What immediately, what we can do, that equanimity, that can be achieved immediately. This is what I felt, I'm feeling.
That is true. That is true. The moment is a file and equanimous, it is an instant, I will say. It is an instant result, instant effect, and we automatically feel relaxed or feel blissful or feel happy.
In cash solution.
Yeah. That's true. That is instant. I mean, a settlement is a matter of time.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes.
Ranji?
Jai Satchidanand. We just try to understand this empirically in a way. Is ignorant I is on the body self side, always favoring I am right, always claiming others are at fault. So it naturally ends up with likes and dislikes. The reason being the outcome of every karma is either positive or negative in the sense happiness or unhappiness. But I being on the body self side, the outcome is likes and dislikes and ignorant doership rejection. Now, in the enlightened state, as I am pure soul, that I has shifted from body self to pure soul side. And with this change viewpoint, this I, enlightened I, is working in favor of pure soul in the sense you are able to see the body self, name bearer, impartially. So one understands one's mistake, and that's how one starts claiming that it's only because of my fault, that is body self fault, I'm suffering. Body self is suffering. So if I want to come out of that, then the only way to get away with the discharging likes and dislikes is handle the situation amicably, equanimously. So the purpose, and there's a great intent behind that in that enlightened state, that no matter what, I want to settle this situation, settle this course amicably, not favoring likes, not favoring dislike, because I want to free myself. So this thing, what Dada has, we can understand that although he did not have any academic education, but his vision and his understanding of life and living was ultimate, because of which he could come out with this core understanding that in that ignorant state one ends up in likes and dislikes, raga and dvesha, whereas in enlightened state, because he is favoring pure soul side, his viewpoint, that is his right belief, plays its role and sees things absolutely impartially, revealing the science of the relative worldly happening, visible five sense happening, in which he comes to know the root cause, that in that ignorant state, because of the likes and dislikes and projected doership, this is happening in the body self. So if you want to become and free from this wandering, then the only way is amicable settlement. What a thinking. Jai Satchidanand.
So regarding this, Deepakanandji, this I found that amicable, it can take some time. This is what I found.
One more thing. This conclusion, what you have drawn, you are trying to see the effect of your decision. Your firm decision is important. That's why Dada said your decision to remain in Agna, your decision to handle this situation amicably, this itself is going to bring you out of this mess. It will take time, because today's specific situation of this Kali Yuga, the bad time or dark time, whatever you decide doesn't happen. Only partly it happens.
Yeah.
So the rest of it ends up with apologizing, asking for forgiveness. Although I wanted to handle this file amicably, but it ended up in likes and dislikes. So you make a resolution and ask for forgiveness for all your failures, and finally this resolution is going to impact the future Pratisthit Atma. And that's how it is going to affect and take us to Mahavidya Kshetra. Because then this body self, projected body self, new Pratisthit Atma, out of 5 Agna following, that is primarily amicable settlement, takes us to Mahavidya Kshetra. Does that clarify?
Yes, thank you.
Jai Satchidanand.
Some of my experience, is that when we do that, you get inner happiness, and that's where we taste the real inner happiness. It's not, and then at that time there's no ego at all. That makes sense?
I am pure soul is egoless state. Because
No, when I'm saying we are
one who
talking
you
here,
are,
when we are talking about the magnemics and the
louder.
Sambhava and Ikal. So that when you do that, you feel that.
I didn't get.
Feel what?
Louder and clearer, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, close but louder.
Oh, okay.
No soft speaking, blast.
Okay.
We
No,
are
what
deaf.
I'm saying.
Yet the depths.
Okay. When I'm saying, when we do Sambhava and Ikal properly, then you feel the inner happiness, and that's how some experiences. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Because what is your decision today? To fight back or to amicably settle? So that right decision itself gives you that inner happiness first. And finally, when that, becomes a reality for you, if it happens, then you're done with it. So first thing, I am pure soul. I am on pure soul side. That's my ultimate, solution. And to get away with the leftover relative mess, my firm and clear decision with total conviction that I want to settle this file amicably itself gives me that inner happiness because I am on the right side. And ultimately, when that effected out, it will be a finality. Jai Satchidanand.
Okay. Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
ego part is always disappears at that time. There's no ego, discharge ego in that one.
What is that discharge ego?
There's no feeling of discharge ego during that time.
Come again? What's it? There's no what?
You cannot hear me? No, discharge ego doesn't come into picture.
It comes into picture or it doesn't come into picture?
Does not at that when you do that.
No, because you are working over the discharge egoism, na?
Right.
It is your conviction and decision today. And what the effect of the past projection is your discharge egoism, which ends up in likes and dislikes.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say, yes.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Salvia,
Jai Satchidanand Deepakanandji, Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Satchidanand Pratikraman, Dada and Bhagwan. My question is, of course, after listening to the satsang so far today, my main question is to stay in this, to practice, do the Purusharth, to practice, to try to observe equanimity and everything. Isn't satsang very important? Not just satsang with Mahatmas and Aptaputras. I feel very, when you're doing it, you're always able to do everything. But then you get, I'm also talking about good company. And, but then when you're always surrounded, sometimes what happens is the more you try to practice, do this, practice Agyas daily, you realize the more and more sticky files are cropping up. And more, in fact, maybe just the vibrations in today's world, you're in fact more and more people seem to be not believing in these things, and not even believing in God, and you somehow wonder why now suddenly you're being faced with so many such files. Does it mean that because after all it's like a mirror, does that mean that we are not file number one is not, we are not doing the Purusharth properly, or is I'm just trying to understand.
Ganji?
The Dada used to give one example, wonderful example. You were driving your car, and when it started getting dark, you turned on your flashlight, your thought lights, and all of a sudden you are seeing so many insects are just dashing with the car and they're dying.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes.
the idea is when we are enlightened and we are our power of perception, impartial observation has opened up. We never realized this negative part, which was obviously working all the time, because all karma is nothing but outcome of ignorant projection. So it is definitely going to end up with likes and dislikes. And
Yes.
prominently in today's bad times, it will be more so dislikes. And
Dislikes.
that's why we feel, why is sticky panda coming all of a sudden? No, it was
Exactly.
coming, but we never felt the stickiness. Because from
Oh,
our side, our vision was different.
now I
Now
understand.
we find our close relations where we apparently have liking, we find them more sticky
Yes,
than those others who are not agreeing with us or disliking type.
Disliking type.
So
Yes.
this is what, because that vigilance has opened, we are on the pure soul side with that impartial vision. We are able to understand, and now we are going ahead with amicable settlement. So not that because of this enlightenment, the thing that started popping up, it was coming, but we never realized it.
Okay.
We were
Yes.
lost in those likes and dislikes. So we never realized that we were at fault. And now we find that we are at fault at every situation. It's my fault,
Yes.
and at times it is sometimes like it is mentally it upsets us that what every time it's my mistake. But we realize now that it is Deepakanand's mistake. So don't take the burden on your head, and I help you. I will help you settle the file amicably through
Okay, got it.
my wisdom of right knowledge and right decision. Jai
Yes.
Satchidanand.
Yes, Satchidanand. That's very.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Mhm.
Basically, it was there, the analogy or example of Dada Bhagwan driving the car in the darkness, the insects were there. Only when you turn the headlights, you could see it.
Yes.
So these files, their viewpoints, everything was there, but we were attached, so we could not observe it because of the headlight or the Jagruti of the Atma, Shuddhatma, the awareness of that I am the pure soul. So you have started becoming Vitragta. And when moment you become Vitrag, your Jagruti increased, and then you could see impartially all the people around you. Earlier you could not impartially see them. Now you could see them impartially because your awareness of the pure soul has increased. So it was already there, only it did not come into your focus. But now it's coming into your focus. That's all. So it's good, not a problem. The more it comes in your focus, the more it will get cleared out.
Okay.
The whole thing is, for all of us, that enhanced awareness should bring many things into focus, all our likes, dislikes. The more it brings, the more we are able to clear it out. No?
It helps.
So it is a good happening. It is a good happening.
It definitely helps in even understanding file number 1 and its weaknesses and everything.
So you'll understand in the process, you'll understand where all your attachments are there, where your mind mamta is there,
Yes.
The moment where their minus is there, you will let go the person's idiosyncrasies. But wherever your minus is not there, why is doing like this? Why is not doing like that? So that's how you will discover your file number 1, the stuff inside file number 1, in terms of minus, in terms of moha and all that stuff, So all this was there, only it has now come into our focus. Able to see it. Because we are gradually shifting from body self to pure soul awareness.
Yes.
So that is fine. That's nice. Absolutely nice.
Thank you, Jai Satchidanand.
The third eye vision is such a wonderful, impartial, pure soul vision, which has opened out of Dada's grace. And we are experiencing that against our intellect, which is so self-centered, selfish light, which always show ourselves, that is body self, innocent, and all others are at fault. And the third eye vision, the light is so impartial that better you understand it is your mistake only in sense, although you are not responsible today because that was experimented on you, and due to that you are acting or behaving like this. So don't take it on your head, you just simply correct yourself. So in fact, actually we are correcting from inside and it gets reflected on the body's health. So it appears that Deepakanand is correcting, but no, Deepakanand is machine. He is driven by previously out of ignorant ego, now with the enlightened state, a relative viewpoint effort, that is Purusharth. You understand that?
Yes.
So we are connecting Deepakanand from inside, Shailya from inside. Ultimately, it will get affected outside. That is outside body self, Shailya.
Yes.
We are getting away with the leftover mistakes of the body self. That is what Dada said. I have removed your blunder as I am Shailya. You have to get away and free yourself from other mistakes. So they are considered as lay mistakes. Main mistake or blunder was I am Shailya, which was ignorance. So once ignorance has gone, whatever leftover part is there will be eventually taken care, and that's how it is going on now. So you are correctly like how you steer your car and the wheels are moving. You don't go and move the wheels.
Yes.
Because the way it was steered previously, your car is moving. Now with the right understanding, you are steering it correctly, but that transmission problem is there in today's time. Mind, speed, body is not in unity. So the transmission problem, you are not able to see the effect right away, for which you are doing correction, Pratikraman. So, and then resolution, your resolution that no matter what, I want to handle it amicably, which is going to get affected out in future.
Yes.
So let it happen and enjoy the bliss of pure soul and enjoy the right vision and remain hearty all the time. Don't let your cheerfulness go or in any situation, come what may. Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, Satchidanand. Thank you.
We come to the time, so Deepakanandji, we need to continue more experiences of separation and amicable settlement, or
We can leave it open.
What did you say, Pulinanandji?
Yeah, we can leave it open, this plus anything else.
okay. Yeah. So Mahatmas, let's please jot down your experiences. So that will be great. Okay. Deepakanandji, can you do 3 minutes?
Yeah. Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Dwe Sabva Sahunam.
Namo Love Sabba Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Savvapava Pranasano.
Savvapava Pranasano.
Mangalanam cha Savvesem.
Mangalanam cha Savvesem.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Pulinanandji. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand Dr. Lalita Ben. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Meera. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai Satchidanand.